Helen Yee here with Eyes on the Game here at the Red Rock for UFC 245 Fight Week, being joined by the one and only Mr. Colby Covington. Now, I know you are sitting at the Trump Tower. First off, how's the crab legs there?
The crab legs are much better there. You know, the thing is they don't attract rats over there to the Trump Tower, and I got good VIP service and a lot of security guards, so no dirty rats will be getting in that casino.
Well, you are looking to unify the title this weekend. What would it mean for you to unify the title?
You know, the thing is, everybody knows I'm the real world champion. There's no unification about this. I'm the people's champion. I'm America's champion. And this will be my second title defense. You know, everybody knows my last title defense against Ruthless Robbie Lawler was my first title defense. And Marty Fake Newsman, he'll be my second defense.
Well, I feel like we've spoken quite a few times the past few months about the upcoming fight, so there's not much more to be said about Usman, but I did read in an interview he had with Aaron Bronstetter that he was very close to quitting fighting. How surprised are you to hear that?
I'm not surprised. You know, he knows he has to go up against me now. You know, there's no backing out anymore. There's nowhere to run and hide, so you know, he's definitely going to want to quit after this weekend, after what I do to him in the UFC octagon.
A lot of people are talking about your recent interview with Candace Owens. It was a great interview, but you kind of came out of character a little bit. So a lot of people might wonder now, who is the real Colby Covington?
You know, this is the real Colby Covington. What you see is what you get, you know. In the past, you know, if I've had to turn it up to 11, you know, I've turned it up to 11 because, you know, I understand the business side of this. And, you know, I'm an entertainer first and foremost, and this is show business. So, you know, I got to put on a show for the crowd.
Do you ever get any concern or worry that from the backlash you get, you know, that it may be a bit too extreme, that the fans don't really get to know who you are?
Not really, you know, because, you know, this sport's been around for a long time, and if you don't understand, you know, some of the biggest top earners in this sport, the way they've went about their business and the pay-per-view model to sell the most pay-per-views, you know, there's a certain model that it takes to build, you know, and sell pay-per-views and get the fans interested. You know, whether they hate you or love you, they're going to tune in to watch you. So, you know, if the fans don't understand that, you know, then at least they can get excited about the emotion that I'm giving them.
Speaking of top earners, though, how were the contract negotiations going into this weekend? Because I know previously you've kind of mentioned that.
Yeah, they weren't good. You know, they don't want to pay me my worth, and they don't want to pay me my value and what I earn, more importantly. You know, my old contract that I was supposed to get after I won the world title, they didn't pay it. So, you know, the great thing is I got a great team over at Ballinger Group. They're going to make sure that, you know, I get paid top dollar after I finish Marty Fake Newsman on Saturday night.
And lastly, Conor McGregor is making his return, but back to the welterweight division, your division, in January against Cowboy Cerrone. What do you make of that matchup and his return?
You know, I look at Brokeback Cowboy, you know, a guy that's way over the hill versus, you know, the Irish little leprechaun, Conor McGregor, who's, you know, cashed out in his own right, and he couldn't even knock an old dude off a bar stool in the bar. So, you know, it's a matchup of jobbers and journeymen, and they both should retire.